Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into some fascinating tech news?
Always.
Awesome. Today we're diving deep into Alphabet's world.
Okay.
Google's parent company,
Right.
and what their latest moves tell us about the future of AI.
Interesting.
We've got fresh earnings reports, some insights from industry experts, and maybe even some clues about who's winning the AI race.
Sounds exciting. What's grabbing your attention the most?
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's how everything's getting so intertwined.
Yeah.
Cloud computing, AI advancements, the ever-changing world of digital advertising.
It's all connected.
Exactly. And Alphabet's performance gives us a peek into how these forces are shaping the future.
I agree. Let's break it down.
All right, let's start with the big news. Alphabet just had a killer quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Totally smashed expectations.
Wow.
And their stock jumped almost 6%.
Impressive.
Their cloud business exploded by like 35%.
Really?
Yeah. And search and YouTube ad revenue both saw a healthy 12% growth.
Those are some serious numbers.
Right.
Not just beating projections, but the cloud business alone pulled in a whopping $11.35 billion.
It's wild.
Their fastest growth in 8 quarters, which really shows how strategically they're positioning themselves in the AI game.
Yeah, it's like they flipped a switch and suddenly rocketed ahead.
Right.
I remember all that talk about Google being slow to react to the AI wave, compared to Microsoft.
Well, it seems they're definitely making up for lost time now.
Right.
And the cloud's a big part of that.
For sure.
Think about it. For powerful AI applications to work, they need massive computing power.
Yeah.
That's where the cloud comes in.
Right.
Businesses are pouring money into cloud services to support these AI systems.
Makes sense.
And Alphabet's riding that wave.
So it's like the cloud's the foundation on which this whole AI revolution is being built.
Exactly. And that's why you see companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google locked in this battle for cloud dominance.
It's a huge deal.
Absolutely. It's not just about who has the most users right now. It's about controlling the infrastructure that'll power the future of AI.
Right.
And while Google might have seemed a bit behind, they're making some bold moves now.
Yeah, like going head-to-head with Microsoft with Gemini.
Right, their answer to ChatGPT.
There's been a lot of buzz around Gemini.
For sure.
Could you quickly explain for anyone who might not be familiar?
Sure. Gemini is essentially Google's next-gen AI model.
Okay.
It's designed to be way more conversational and capable than previous models,
Interesting.
allowing it to do a wider range of tasks.
Such as?
Well, things like generating different creative text formats like poems, codes, scripts, musical pieces, emails, letters.
Wow.
The whole shebang.
A whole shebang.
It can even answer your questions in a really informative way,
Okay.
even if they're open-ended, challenging, or a little strange.
That's pretty advanced.
It's their big play in the race for the most powerful and versatile AI.
So it's not just about making a chatbot rival, right?
Right.
Google's thinking long-term, weaving AI into their core products to cement their place.
Exactly.
Can you give us a real-world example of how that's playing out?
Sure. Take the AI overviews you see in Google search results now.
Oh, yeah, I've noticed those.
They're these concise summaries of key info related to your search, often pulling from multiple sources.
Right.
A great example of how Google's using AI to make search better.
I gotta say, they're a huge improvement over that earlier AI-generated content.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that whole pizza recipe fiasco with the glue?
The infamous glue and pizza incident
That was rough.
definitely highlighted the growing pains of early AI integration.
It did.
But Google seems to have learned from it.
Yeah.
The accuracy and usefulness of AI overviews have come a long way.
That's good to hear.
Yeah,
It seems like they're serious about getting this AI thing right.
it seems that way.
But all this AI development, it takes massive investment.
It does.
How's that affecting their bottom line?
Well, their commitment to AI is clear. Their new CFO even said that capital expenditures for AI will be even higher in 2025.
Wow.
They're not just testing the waters here.
Right.
They're diving headfirst.
And here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about research and development. Google's finding clever ways to cash in on these advancements.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're already putting ads into those AI overviews we were talking
That
about.
makes sense.
It does, right.
AI is creating new avenues to connect advertisers with their target audiences in more personalized and engaging ways.
So AI is not just changing how we use the internet.
Nope.
It's reshaping the entire digital advertising landscape.
Absolutely. And that's where we start to see some fascinating dynamics emerge in the market. Google's been the king of digital advertising for a long time,
Right.
but that dominance is being challenged.
Oh.
By who? Some unexpected players are becoming advertiser favorites.
Like who?
Well, you've got Amazon, and
Okay.
then there's TikTok.
Interesting. Why is that? What are they doing to attract advertisers away from Google?
They're offering access to a massive pool of potential buyers,
Yeah,
and their platforms are built to keep people engaged,
makes sense.
scrolling, and ultimately buying Amazon, for example,
Oh, yeah.
with its huge e-commerce setup.
Yeah,
It provides a direct link between discovering a product and buying it,
I see.
and TikTok,
Yeah,
with its addictive short videos.
they are pretty catchy.
It captures attention and drives trends like nothing else.
So it's not just about being cool anymore.
No,
It's about results.
exactly.
Are there any projections on how much ground Google might actually lose?
Well, projections suggest Google's share of U.S. search advertising revenue.
Okay.
It could actually fall below 50%
Really?
for the first time in nearly 2 decades.
Wow, that's a huge change.
It is.
Is this a sign of Google declining? Or just the natural evolution of the market as new players come in?
That's the big question.
It is.
Some analysts see this as a sign that Google's grip on the digital ad market is weakening.
I can see.
Others argue it just reflects a dynamic market where
Yeah.
new contenders are carving out their niche.
It's like watching a high-stakes chess match.
Kind of.
Each player making strategic moves to gain an edge.
I like that analogy.
But let's not forget, Google has a powerful weapon, the cloud.
True.
Didn't we see their cloud business grow at its fastest rate in 8 quarters?
Yeah, that's right.
That strong cloud growth, pulling in $11.35 billion?
A lot of money.
Could be what saves them.
It's a diversification strategy.
It's like having a backup generator when the power
Ah.
goes out.
Exactly.
Speaking of challenges for Google,
Uh-huh.
you mentioned Amazon and TikTok as major competitors,
Yes.
but there's also all the regulatory scrutiny.
Oh, right.
Hi.
Google's search business is under the microscope.
It is.
Regulators are worried about its market dominance.
Yeah.
They're saying it stifles competition.
Right.
Could even hurt consumers.
And that scrutiny could directly impact their advertising revenue. So Google's walking a tightrope here,
They are.
pushing hard into AI while facing off against competitors and regulators.
It's a fascinating situation to watch.
It is.
A tech giant at a crossroads, trying to navigate a rapidly evolving landscape
Right.
while staying a leader in innovation.
This all brings us back to AI,
It does.
the common thread running through all these developments.
We've talked about Google's efforts to integrate AI into its products,
Yes.
but let's zoom out a bit.
Okay.
How is AI changing the game for advertisers and consumers in the whole digital advertising world?
Good question.
AI is transforming digital advertising.
In what way?
Well, we're moving beyond those generic ads.
Right. The ones next to search results.
Exactly.
Or in the middle of videos.
Yeah, AI is making way for hyper-personalized advertising.
Wow. What does that look like in practice?
Imagine you're searching for new running shoes online.
Okay.
AI-powered advertising can analyze your browsing history,
Uh-huh.
your social media activity,
Wow.
even your location data to show you ads tailored to your interests and needs.
So I might see ads for running shoes that are popular in my area.
Exactly.
Or brands that fit my style.
That's right.
Or deals that pop up just as I'm about to buy.
It's like having a personal shopping assistant.
Who anticipates my needs before I even know them?
Right.
That's pretty amazing.
But it can also be a little creepy.
Yeah, there's that privacy thing again.
Right.
It seems like it's always lurking beneath the surface.
It's a valid concern.
Definitely.
But personalization isn't the only impact.
Okay.
AI is also changing how we get information.
How so?
Think about those AI overviews in Google search.
Okay.
They're a good example of how AI can condense a ton of information,
Right.
making complex topics easier to grasp.
It's like having a personal researcher
Exactly.
who can quickly sift through all that data
Yeah.
and give me the key points.
Right.
That's pretty convenient.
It is. But there's a potential downside.
Oh, what's the catch?
Well, if we rely too much on AI to summarize and interpret information, we might lose our own ability to think critically
I see.
and form our own opinions.
So we become passive consumers of information
Exactly.
instead of actively seeking knowledge.
That's right.
That's a bit worrying.
It is.
It's like we're outsourcing our critical thinking to algorithms.
Right.
And that could affect our decision-making,
Absolutely.
both big and small.
Exactly.
And it's not just about how we get information.
You know.
AI is changing how we interact with technology.
It is.
We're going beyond typing and clicking.
Right. We're talking to our devices.
Exactly.
Using voice assistants like Siri and Alexa.
To get information.
Yeah.
to shop, even to control our homes.
It's like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It is. How does this shift towards talking to our devices connect to the bigger trends we've been talking about?
Well, voice interaction relies on AI,
Okay.
specifically natural language processing, which lets computers understand and respond to human speech.
So as this technology gets better, we'll see even more seamless interactions with our devices.
Exactly.
So it all comes full circle.
It does.
Cloud, AI, digital advertising, voice interaction.
They're all part of this web of technological innovation.
That's reshaping our world.
And it's only getting faster.
That's true.
What we're seeing is just the start.
Wow.
The next few years will bring even bigger changes.
It's both exciting and a little scary.
I agree.
There's a sense of wonder,
Definitely.
but also a need to be cautious and aware.
We need to approach these advancements with enthusiasm,
Yeah.
but also with critical thinking.
Making sure we're shaping the future we want,
Exactly.
not just passively accepting whatever happens.
I agree.
Okay, so we've spent this deep dive dissecting Alphabet's earnings, their big AI push,
Yeah.
and the whole shifting landscape of digital advertising.
It's a lot.
It is. But now I think it's time to zoom out
Okay.
and talk about what it all means for us.
Right. The everyday users navigating this digital world.
Exactly, because, we've seen how companies are adapting and innovating.
They are.
But the real question is how these changes will actually affect our lives.
Right. How will they ripple out into your day-to-day experiences?
That's what you all want to know, right?
Yeah.
What's it going to mean for me? What are the big takeaways from all of this?
Well, one of the most immediate impacts you'll probably see is the personalization of your online experience.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
Right. As AI gets better at understanding your preferences and habits, you can expect more tailored content,
Okay.
more personalized recommendations,
Right.
and even more targeted ads.
So it's like the internet's becoming this custom-made suit,
I like that.
perfectly fitted to our tastes.
That's a great analogy. But don't forget, this level of personalization relies on data.
True.
The more personalized it gets, the more information you're sharing about yourself.
There's that privacy issue again.
Right. It's an important part of this conversation.
It really is.
But personalization isn't the only change.
Okay.
AI is also changing how we consume information.
Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. Remember those AI overviews in Google search?
Yeah.
They're a great illustration of how AI can take huge amounts of data and simplify it.
Right. Make complex topics easier to understand.
Exactly. But there's a potential downside.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if we start relying too heavily on AI to summarize and interpret everything for us, we might lose our ability to think for ourselves
I see what you mean.
and to form our own opinions.
So we basically become passive consumers of information
Exactly.
instead of actively engaging with it.
Right.
That's kind of unsettling.
It is. In a way, it's like we're handing off our critical thinking skills to algorithms.
And that could impact our decisions, both big and small.
Exactly.
And it's not just information consumption that's changing, right?
No, it's not.
AI is changing how we interact with technology altogether.
Right, we're moving beyond the keyboard and mouse.
We're talking to our devices now
Exactly, using things like Siri and Alexa.
to do everything.
Yeah.
Get information, shop, even control our homes.
It's straight out of science fiction.
It really is.
Yeah.
How does this shift towards voice interaction fit into the broader picture we've been discussing?
Well, voice interaction depends heavily on AI, specifically natural language processing, which lets computers understand and respond to human speech.
Right, so as this technology keeps improving,
Yeah.
we'll see even smoother, more natural interactions with our devices.
Absolutely. It all comes back to AI in the end.
Full circle.
Cloud, AI, digital advertising, voice interaction, they're all threads in this tapestry of technological innovation.
And it's all happening so fast.
It's amazing, isn't it? What we're seeing is just the beginning.
It's both exciting and a bit daunting, to be honest.
I know what you mean.
There's so much potential,
There really is.
but also a need to be careful and aware of the implications.
It's important to approach all of this with a balance of enthusiasm and critical thinking.
Right, to make sure we're shaping the future we want.
Exactly, and not just passively accepting whatever comes our way.
I think that's a great point to end on.
I agree.
This deep dive has given us a lot to think about,
Definitely.
and I have a feeling these conversations are far from over.
Oh, absolutely. This is a dynamic landscape that's constantly changing.
It's important to stay informed,
Yes.
engage in these conversations, and keep asking the tough questions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, it's time for us to come up for air. after exploring the world of big tech, AI, and the future of the internet.
A lot to digest.
We've only scratched the surface, but hopefully we've sparked some curiosity in our listeners.
There's a whole world of information out there to explore.
Keep diving deeper. Keep exploring these topics.
Right, and see where your curiosity takes you.
And as you navigate this ever-changing digital landscape, remember that AI is a powerful tool.
It is.
It's up to us to use it wisely.
And ethically.
Be mindful of the data you share.
Think critically about the information you encounter.
Good advice.
And never stop questioning the impact of technology on your life and the world around you.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was a pleasure being here.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Thanks.
keep learning.